Have you ever wondered why certain people walked into your life at the exact moment they did? Why that betrayal happened right when you thought everything was finally falling into place? Why you were born into that specific family, in that particular place, with those exact challenges? Here's what most people never realize. Before you took your first breath in this body, you were sitting in a space of pure divine consciousness, surrounded by beings of light, and you were making agreements, sacred contracts. You were actually choosing the experiences that would shape this lifetime. And the most shocking part? You chose the struggles too, every single one of them. Today, I'm going to show you how to remember what you planned before you were born and why understanding your soul's contract will completely transform how you see your entire life. I need you to imagine something with me right now. Before you incarnated into this physical body, you existed in a state of pure consciousness. In that expanded state, you could see everything, all your past lives, all the lessons you'd learned, all the patterns you were still working through, and the incredible potential of who you could become. From that place of infinite wisdom, you began planning this lifetime, not randomly, not as punishment, but as a sacred opportunity for your soul's evolution. You chose your family knowing exactly what they would teach you. You selected the challenges you'd face because you understood they would develop specific strengths in you. You even agreed to meet certain souls along the way, some who would support you and others who would challenge you in ways that would crack you open and force you to grow. This is your soul contract, a divine blueprint you created yourself when you had complete clarity about what your soul needed to experience in order to evolve. Now, before your logical mind dismisses this as too far-fetched, stay with me, because once you understand this concept, suddenly your entire life starts to make sense in a way it never has before. Before your mother ever held you in this lifetime, her soul sat across from yours in that space of light, and you both agreed to the roles you would play. Maybe she agreed to be emotionally distant so you would learn self-love. Maybe she agreed to be controlling so you would learn about healthy boundaries and personal sovereignty. You also choose the people who will challenge you most. That partner who shattered your heart? On a soul level, they looked at you with pure love and said, "I will be the one who breaks you open because I know that heartbreak is exactly what will awaken you to your true power." Now, this doesn't excuse harmful behavior on the human level. We still have responsibility for our actions here. But it reveals something deeper about the agreements we make in service of each other's growth. Now let's get really practical. How do you discover what you actually planned before you were born? There are certain challenges that souls commonly pre-plan because they offer such powerful opportunities for growth. Difficult family dynamics, especially with parents or siblings. These are often designed to help you develop boundaries, self-worth, forgiveness, or to be the one who finally breaks a generational curse that's been repeating for centuries. Financial struggles, not because you're being tested or punished, but often because your soul wants you to discover that your value isn't measured in dollars, or to develop resourcefulness and creativity, or to learn radical trust that the universe will always provide what you truly need. Loss and grief, the death of loved ones, especially traumatic or untimely deaths. These experiences can be pre-planned agreements between souls. One soul agrees to leave early, and the other agrees to keep living with an open heart despite the pain, learning that love transcends physical death. Your soul also pre-plans the archetypal patterns you'll embody. These are the sacred roles that shape how you move through the world. If you're someone who's always rescuing others at your own expense, you might be working through the rescuer or martyr pattern. Your soul chose this so you could eventually discover healthy boundaries and learn that true service doesn't require you to destroy yourself. If you've always felt like an outsider, never quite belonging anywhere, you might be embodying the hermit or mystic archetype. Your soul chose this isolation to force you to develop a rich inner world and eventually teach others about the power of authenticity and standing alone when necessary. Here's the question that changes everything. What if your deepest wound is actually your greatest gift in disguise? Think about it. The child who was abandoned becomes the therapist who specializes in attachment trauma. The person who survived abuse becomes the fierce advocate who protects others. The one who overcame addiction becomes the guide who helps others find sobriety. Your soul knew that walking through certain kinds of fire would give you unique wisdom that someone who never experienced that particular pain could never possess. Your wounds aren't accidents. They're the exact experiences that would forge you into the healer, teacher, or light bearer you came here to be. So, how do you actually identify the specific contracts you made before this life began? Start by looking at the recurring themes in your story, not just what happened once, but the patterns that keep showing up again and again, relationship after relationship, job after job, crisis after crisis. Do you always attract people who are emotionally unavailable? There's a soul contract there about learning self-sufficiency and discovering how to fill your own cup instead of waiting for someone else to do it. Do you constantly face situations where you have to stand up for yourself or defend others? You likely agreed to develop the warrior archetype, learning how to use your voice as power and becoming someone who protects the vulnerable. Do you always feel responsible for managing other people's emotions? You're probably working through a contract about boundaries, learning where your energy ends and where others begins. Here's a practice that can be incredibly revealing. Take out a journal and create what I call a soul contract map. List the major people in your life: parents, siblings, partners, even children. Next to each name, write down what they've taught you. Not what you wish they taught you, but what they've actually forced you to learn, even through pain. Your critical mother might have taught you self-acceptance by showing you what happens when you constantly seek external approval. Your unreliable friend might have taught you to trust yourself more than you trust others. And your controlling partner might have taught you about personal sovereignty and the courage to walk away. When you shift your perspective like this, even the most painful relationships begin revealing their sacred purpose. Pay close attention to your strongest emotional reactions as well. Intense emotions are like neon signs pointing toward your pre-birth planning. Your most powerful feelings aren't random. They're soul memories of what you committed to address in this lifetime. Let me offer you a meditation practice you can do tonight. Before you sleep, place both hands on your heart center. Take 3 deep breaths. Then ask your soul directly, what did I come here to learn? What did I come here to heal? What did I come here to offer? Then simply listen. Not with your thinking mind, but with your body and your intuition. Notice what images arise in your mind's eye. What memories surface? What sensations move through your chest? What words or knowing drops into your awareness? Your soul has been waiting for you to ask these questions. It will answer when you create space to truly receive. Understanding your soul's plan isn't just about gaining insight, it's about living completely differently from this moment forward. When you truly grasp that you chose your challenges, something fundamental shifts in your consciousness. You're no longer a victim being tossed around by random circumstances. You become the empowered creator of your experience, consciously working with the curriculum you yourself designed when you had infinite wisdom. This doesn't mean spiritual bypassing, pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It doesn't mean accepting abuse or staying in harmful situations. It means approaching your struggles with curiosity instead of resistance. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What am I being invited to learn here? How is this experience expanding my consciousness? What gift is waiting to be discovered in this challenge?" Here's what most people don't realize. Your contracts are not fixed fate. You have free will at every single moment. You can choose to grow through joy instead of suffering. You can choose to learn the lesson quickly instead of repeating painful patterns for decades. Your soul planned challenges? Yes. But it also planned victories, breakthroughs, moments of profound grace and divine intervention. It planned for you to have guides, teachers, and support exactly when you need them most. Think of it like this. Your soul contract is a map, not a prison. It shows you the terrain you agreed to cross, the mountains you chose to climb, the rivers you decided to navigate. But you get to choose how you make the journey. You can struggle against every step, or you can move with the current, learning as you go, growing with grace instead of through crisis. Here's what I want you to carry with you as you leave this space today. You are not a random collection of experiences happening to a helpless person wandering through life. You are a magnificent, ancient soul who courageously chose to incarnate at this exact moment in history, in this specific body, with these particular challenges, because you knew with absolute certainty that you had everything you needed to transform them into wisdom. Every person in your life, especially the difficult ones, are soul partners in your evolution. They're fulfilling sacred agreements made in a space of pure love, even when it doesn't feel like love in the human experience. Your struggles are not evidence that something is wrong with you or that you're being punished. They're proof that you're exactly where your soul planned to be, learning exactly what you came here to master. Your soul is calling you home to yourself. It's whispering constantly, sending signs through synchronicities, dreams, intuitive hits, that feeling in your gut when something is aligned or when it's not. The veil between worlds is thinning. More and more of us are starting to remember who we really are. And as you do, your entire life will begin making sense in ways that take your breath away. You'll look back at the hardest moments and suddenly understand why they had to happen exactly as they did. You'll see the perfection in the plan. You'll recognize the love that was guiding you all along, even through the darkest nights. This is your invitation to step into your full power as a conscious co-creator with the divine. To stop sleepwalking through your life and start living with intention, awareness, and deep trust in your soul's infinite wisdom. The journey you're on is sacred. Every step matters. Every choice ripples out into eternity. Your soul has been waiting lifetimes for this moment of remembering. If this resonated, consider sharing it with someone who might need this reminder too. And if you'd like to continue exploring this kind of awareness, insight, and embodied living, please like, subscribe, and join us here at Weiss Intuition. It truly helps this space grow. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm grateful you're here. On the screen is another video I have selected for your viewing. Until next time, see you soon.